Hey guys, welcome to week 3 of Startup Marketing. I'm Tina May, co-founder of Institute of Code, and this week we're going to be talking about Instagram. Now, if there's one thing you take away from this week's lesson, it's that Instagram is a personal social media network. It's an amazing chance to connect with your audience, to really engage with them, to start a conversation. But what it isn't is a chance to spam them with ads about your business. And the fastest way to piss people off and to get lots of unfollows is for you to use Instagram as a channel to post ad after ad after ad every day. So what do we do instead? How do we engage with our audience and build a strong following that's going to convert into actual sales? I've got 7 tips for you to change the way you approach Instagram. Let's dig in. So before you go any further, I want you to pause and think about what you can do to make your channel relevant to your customer. We're going to be exploring a couple of different tactics and strategies, but first let's try and think about some brands that are killing it on Instagram or that you really love. I've tagged some below so you can check them out after this video or pause it here and have a look, but try and pay attention not to the specific tactics they use, but the strategies behind it. First example is Frank Body. This is a coffee skincare company that went absolutely viral on Instagram and killed it with a campaign where they got their customers and social media influencers to get half naked, cover themselves in the coffee scrub, and then snap a selfie. Now, what's important here isn't a lesson of sex sells, although that might be relevant to your audience. It's about how they connected with what their audience wanted. They demonstrated social proof by showing that lots of other people loved using their product and found it really helpful. They tapped into their audience's desire to be beautiful and to feel good in their own skin. They helped spread awareness of their product by having it be something that was seen in their feed all of the time, and they really represented their brand. They're a young, sexy, fresh, exciting brand, and they captured that in their marketing. So throughout this process and as you're planning your Instagram strategy, don't forget everything we've done up until this point of understanding who your customer is, what matters to them, how they think and feel, and what brand attributes you're trying to communicate. So tip number 1 is to showcase what you do in a creative way. Maybe you can show people your product in action. If you've got a swimwear brand, the obvious choice is to showcase people wearing your swimsuit in a variety of different locations and having a great time doing it. Maybe your product is something that people use at home and you can showcase student stories or testimonials or people engaging with your product and loving it. Showcase what you're doing and why it works, and do it all in a beautiful visual way. For some people that might mean resharing content that their audience has created for them. For others, you might need to get a little bit creative in different angles and photography and really capturing the essence. Now, you don't need to be a professional photographer, but you do need to make sure that your content is beautiful, because Instagram is a visual platform and people only want to see a curated, beautiful feed. Maybe you want to share tips and tricks with them. If you are a skincare brand, you might share makeup tips or tutorials or food that's great for your skin. Instagram tip number 2 is to create a winning profile. When someone first discovers your brand, that little bio in the top of Instagram is the first thing they'll see. You don't have a lot of space, so you need to make it count. Come up with a short, catchy slogan, tagline, or a description of your business, and make use of the bio link. It's the only place in Instagram that you can actually have an external link. So if you're not sure what to use, pop in a link to your website or your Facebook page, but you can also get creative and update the link to match campaigns that you've got going on. So if you're running a scholarship or a competition or have a new blog post, you can edit the bio to have that link. Anything that gets people coming out of Instagram and engaging with your brand even further. Number 3, showcase the people behind the brand. Because Instagram's a personal network, people love connecting with you and your team. They want to see the face behind the brand. They want to hear your stories. They want to see your mission. Maybe that's showcasing silly photos from around the office or quotes from your team members. Maybe it's highlighting what you guys did on the weekend or your favorite cup of coffee. It still needs to be curated and fit in with your feed, but try capturing some of these little moments. You'd be surprised how much people want to resonate with you and why you're doing this brand. And it's honestly one of the most engaging things you can do on your Instagram is help people connect with the story behind the brand. This might also mean showing people how your products are made. People have a natural curiosity around the story behind their products. So showing them photos of the process of how it's being made, or the suppliers, or any stage of the production process can help them connect with the product on a deeper level. Number 4, and this is the one that everyone's always asking about, is hashtags. Hashtags are a way of connecting common threads across Instagram. It's a big way that people discover new content, and so adding relevant hashtags to your post is one of the best things that you can do to grow your audience. You can have up to 30 hashtags in any post, and I recommend you make use of most of those. But what's important is to go through the process as a customer of exploring through hashtags and see what you find. When you type in hashtags like hashtag love, hashtag fun, hashtag beauty, these really generic phrases, what you find is a whole lot of junk. And if you find a whole lot of junk, it's unlikely that a lot of people are looking through those channels. So you want to find the niche hashtags that are relevant to your business and that people are actually exploring. Now you can find lists of most relevant hashtags for this industry. And if you can't find them for yours, reach out, I'll see what I can do. But you want to find the hashtags that when you search for it, you're finding curated content that is interesting to your audience. So it might be a hashtag that was created by a specific brand. Things like girls love travel is a great hashtag within the travel community to highlight women traveling together. So finding the niche hashtags for your brand that have a beautiful curated content and are really going to help float you to the top a lot faster than the generic hashtags. Another big no-no is putting the same generic set of hashtags on every single photo. So you don't want to be posting hashtag makeup on a photo of the beach. It's not relevant, and when people are searching by that hashtag, they're probably just going to ignore you. So you may need to come up with a couple of curated sets of hashtags, one for lifestyle photos, one for office photos, one for student testimonials, etc. And then use that set of customized hashtags in any post that's relevant. The 5th tactic is to collaborate. Now this is any time that you are tagging someone else, an individual or business, in your posts to leverage off their audience, or anytime someone else is tagging you. And there's a couple of ways you can go about this. The first is a paid shout out. So partnering with an influencer and paying them to promote your product, either by giving them your product for free, paying them cash, or sometimes both, depending on the size of the influencer. The second is unpaid shout outs. Maybe your customers love your product and tag you in their feed. Maybe you reward this somehow with incentives like 10% off if you tag us in a post wearing the new outfit that you just bought from us. The third is to cross-collaborate with other businesses. Maybe you partner with someone in a similar industry and you promote their product and they promote your product as complementary products. This can be really good for small businesses who don't have the budget for a full influencer campaign. Now you can do that with agreed upon partners that you've pre-arranged, but you can also just connect with people around you. So if you take a beautiful lay flat of you sitting and working in a cafe, tag the cafe in your post and maybe they'll reshare it. If you're posting photos that fit a certain external campaign like Girls Love Travel, you can tag Girls Love Travel in the campaign or in the post and they might pick it up and reshare it. So anytime you can leverage someone else's audience to better grow your reach is an amazing way to grow your Instagram fast. Number 6 is to build anticipation and exclusivity with your audience. Now you can do this by sharing insider tips, exclusive content, pre-releasing your products on Instagram, anything that makes them feel like following you on Instagram is a chance to be part of this exclusive club that has insider access to your content. This is all about building that relationship with them, giving them something in return for following you. Maybe when you're releasing a new product, you launch it on Instagram a week before it's available in your online store so that they're in the know and they're the ones that know about it. Now, my final tip is to be consistent. It's so easy with marketing to get overexcited about a new strategy or campaign, to sit there and post twice a day for the next 2 weeks and then fall off the face of Instagram. But your audience craves consistency. They want to know that you're reliable, that you're going to be in their feed at a certain frequency. So pick the frequency that works for you. I would recommend 1 to 2 times a day for most businesses. 1 time a day is plenty ambitious enough, and pre-schedule that content. Sit there and create 30 days worth of content, or 60 days, depending on how much time you've got on your hands. Write the captions, curate the feed, get it all looking beautiful. There's a heap of great tools for this, and I'll tag them below. But anything to help you get that content ready in advance so that you can be consistent. You'll still need to log into Instagram every day or 2 so that you can actually post the content and so that you can engage with your audience, replying to their comments, liking their photos, etc. But this will help you to be more consistent even on those days when you're really short on time. So that's it, guys. Those are my 7 top tips for Instagram, and I would love to see what you do with them. So please go ahead and share your Instagram in the Facebook group. We'll all take a look at it, and this week in the activity you'll be creating a strategy for Instagram. Until next week,